I can take the dick off the table based upon my standard. You aren't gonna get hold of this dick if you ain't being the woman I need you to be. You need to realize that you need to cook, clean. You gotta understand that you're not the only woman. And if you can accept that, that's fine. That's just the beginning, because you gotta work hard for me, because I work hard for me. So that means if you get with me, it's not gonna be easy street, because I need to be satisfied, because it ain't no happy wife, happy life bullshit. It's happy Steve, happy Steve.
Being strong with self, understanding who you are, that is the biggest defense to bitch ass weak men.
And there's no excuses for the men not to be strong. But see, there's so many forces, and then so many men are embracing weakness.
I can't stand weak men. Like I don't like to talk to them. It's hard for me to talk to these losers. I've always been a winner at the winner's table.
You know, I believe it's a sin to impregnate a woman who can't raise a child, you know, or impregnate a woman who's not fit to be a mother. And I think we have a responsibility in what we see today in these weak ass little feminine boys.
I can't tell another man what to do, but I can't dress feminine. I can't wear nail polish. It's just something that I can't do. Why? Because if I'm walking down the street and somebody's having trouble with a flat tire, I want them to feel that they can come to me and ask me, hey man, could you help me out with this? Because those are the type of things that a man will help out with. So I need to look like a man so they can know where to come for help.
Yeah, it is such a thing as toxic masculinity in the minds of bitch ass motherfuckers.
Talk about masculinity, assertiveness, authenticity, transparency. How can a guy who's straight up and honest with what he does be toxic?
If the media can train you to think something bad about it, you hear the word and you want to instantly have a certain reaction. You stop thinking, you start feeling. And when people learn to think and feel and not think through their feelings, that's when they can evaluate a person holistically. And they can say, is this toxic masculinity, or did I just hear something I didn't like? And why did I not like it? And only let me go within myself to see why.
I don't never look at no motherfucker and say, oh, that's a toxic masculine motherfucker. I never ever had, I didn't even know, that was an invented concept from a weak motherfucker that was like, I'm just tired of this motherfucker trying to tell me what to do and bully you over me with this bullshit.
What's going to make you successful is just understanding who you are and getting your mind right and being happy with who you are. That is the thing that's going to really make you successful. Because after you get all the toys, after you get all these things going on, you've had sex with all the women you want to have sex with, you traveled all the places, you're still going to be you, and you're going to always come back to you.
Why do I do this? Why are we even doing this documentary? I want guys to be in the best position possible. There's no way that I'm raising my voice or calling you a bitch ass nigga because I'm trying to hurt your feelings. I'm calling you a bitch ass nigga because you're doing bitch ass nigga shit. And if you continue doing bitch ass nigga shit, you're going to end up in bitch ass nigga situations. You get what I'm saying? So when I call you a bitch ass nigga, trust me, it's because I love you.
Game Kings 2, the definition of man, is out right now. Click the link below or go straight to masculineidentity.com to get your copy today. Still ain't getting women? Really? Come on, son. You need to go to badboymembership.com and step up your game. What's up, y'all? It's your boy, Mr. Locario, the bad boy of the dating game, and I'm telling you that if you really want to attract beautiful women, you need to go to badboymembership.com. This is where you get 45 through 90-minute step-by-step dating advice tutorials every month. Just sign up, follow the advice, and you'll get the women you want. Go to badboymembership.com. That's badboymembership.com. It's your boy, Mr. Locario, the bad boy of the dating game, and I want to tell you about my documentary, Game Kings, the definition of game, starring myself, the Boss Mac Topsoil, Rosebud, Ron Wills, Miles Cunningham, and much more. In this documentary, you're going to learn about confidence, manhood, attracting women, and the definition of the game. To get this documentary, go to MrLocario.com.
Some people think you need a sports car to get what you want. Some people think you need $1 million. Some people think you need looks, status. The only thing you need is what they can't get unless they come straight to you. And that's your identity. Join the Masculine Identity membership today. MasculineIdentityMembership.com. Masculine Identity Soap. This luxurious, quality, high lather, high moisturizing, all natural bar soap has been handcrafted with care and consistency to provide a quality cleansing experience for self-care, focus, and productivity. Specially formulated for cold showers. Stay clean, gentlemen. Masculine Identity Soap.
Click the links below to get private one-on-one coaching sessions with Mr. Locario or Miles Cunningham to step up your game. These coaching sessions are designed to help you with your specific needs in the dating game. So make sure you click the links below right now so that you can step up your game today. Yo, we here. We are here. What's poppin'? Shout outs to everybody in the chat. It's your boy, Mr. Locario, the bad boy of the dating game. What's good? Shout out to everybody in the chat. Shout out to my lovely lady, April MC in the building. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to April in the building. Who else we got up in here? Jomaire. Shout out to you, Armani, AJ Lino. John Franklin, No Data. Who else we got up in here? Golden Bindo was good. Dukalex, AT Phoenix is up in the building. Who else we got up in here? Jimmy Lionel is in the building. Aussie, Frankie Shy, Steve-O Baby, Scales Fitness. What's going on? Joe Blast in the motherfucking building. Joe Blast in the building. Who else we got up in here? We got Boxing Plug Dave in the motherfucking building. You know what I'm saying? Johnny Sins in the building. Who else we got up in here? Shout out to Ludway. Shout out to you, fam. Man, Captain Creator is up in here. Kobe Lean is in the building. Dan Frank is up in here, man. Appreciate everybody tuning in. Blastomatic, Red Nebula. What's going on? King Tarantino. And what's popping with you? So today we're going to be talking about how to master hooking up with multiple women without catching feelings. You understand what I'm saying? Now, this is very important because this show is for you guys who actually want a roster. You want to fuck with a lot of women. You want to hook up with a lot of women. You want to be on that player shit or whatever. And understand that if you are really hooking up with girls and making shit happen, you can't do this if you're catching feelings, right? So you either hooking up with chicks or you catching feelings. You can't do both. You understand what I'm saying? Because if you're catching feelings when you're hooking up with women, then you're going to fuck up the situation of you hooking up with women. You understand? So you can't have both. You either a dude that want to catch feelings and, you know, be on that lovey-dovey shit and, you know, be on that other side of the thing, or you're hooking up with women. Now, again, there's nothing wrong with catching feelings for a chick, right? Because what happens is that if you are consistent with a woman and this is someone you're taking seriously and you guys get into a longer term relationship, you know, of course, you're going to have some sort of feeling for her in some form or fashion, which is why you're even taking the relationship to that step or making it a deeper situation. But if you guys are just hooking up with women, what you have to understand is that you guys are fucking shit up if you are basically trying to do this, and on top of that, you're catching feelings, right? So I'm going to be talking about why you're catching feelings and how to stop catching feelings when you're doing this type of stuff. But before we get into all of that, though, real quick, y'all already know how we got to do this. You feel me? Y'all already know. So let me just do this real quick so, you know, we can get this shit going. So make sure you guys go to Cunningham Elements.com. Get the Masculine Identity Parfum, Masculine Identity Soap, and Get the shea butter. You feel what I'm saying? Make sure you guys get that. Also, make sure you guys go to shoplocario.com, get the online dating consultation right here.
Do it.
You feel what I'm saying? Make sure you get that.
Just do it.
Because you guys really, really need to step up your online dating game. You guys are missing out on a lot of women on online dating that you could be making shit happen with because you are not doing this correctly or you're not doing this at all. So make sure that you guys go to shoplocario.com, get a consultation with myself in April, and we will get you right. And remember, cuffing season is upon us, man. So women are going to be out here looking for dudes to get shit cracking with. And it's not that they're just all trying to get into a long-term relationship. Some of them want to do this, but you can still have multiple women that you are getting with this fall and this winter and getting shit going. But, if you want to fuck around and, stay in the same place, that's on you guys. But I'm telling you, the information is here for y'all. So get up on here, shoplocario.com. Also, go get the massive game collection. Get that shit. And get this 24 of my products. Get that shit cracking. You can get that right now at shoplocario.com. And last but not least, make sure you guys get Master the Vetting Process, how to succeed in casual and long-term relationships. Make sure you get this. This is very important for you guys to get. So go to shoplocario.com. This is mandatory. And make sure you get all the other programs on shoplocario.com. And make sure you guys go to masculineidentitymembership.com. Join Miles on the Zoom calls every Monday, masculineidentitymembership.com. And the last thing is make sure you guys go to badboymembership.com. Get this program, 5 advanced ways to build sexual tension on the Bad Boy membership right now. And phone lines are open, 844-672-7300, 844-672-7300 is the number. So if you guys want to call up, make sure you guys donate and then call up. $5 or more for question, $10 or more per story. If you have a question that you just want to put in the chat, put a Q in the chat, and then we will get to your questions at the end. All right. So now I'm going to give you guys some advanced game today. Okay. So, take your notebooks out, write some of this stuff down, so that you're going to be able to, get shit cracking out here in these streets. So you know how to do this effectively. So a lot of guys want to hook up with multiple women and have multiple women in their lives, right? The problem is that most guys don't know how to do this correctly. And most guys, even if they got it going, don't really have the stomach to keep it going, right? Because of some other reasons. But also what happens is that guys make the mistake of catching feelings. And I'm gonna tell you guys, why you're catching feelings, right? And also how to stop this from happening, right? And see, the thing is that you have to be effective with interacting with women, hooking up with them without catching feelings in order to keep hooking up with women for this to actually go smoothly. Because if you catch feelings, it's gonna fuck up your whole entire situation. Right? If you start catching feelings, you're going to fuck up the rotation. If you start catching feelings, the women that you're fucking now are going to stop fucking you. You understand what I'm saying? If you're catching feelings, the women that you're hooking up with, right, are going to see you as weak. And then shit's going to go down the drain and you're going to be even more upset and frustrated because you had a good thing going on some fuck buddy shit, but now you fucked it up because you was all in your feelings acting like a bitch. You feel what I'm saying? Shout out to my dude, Miles Cunningham in a building. Shout out to Miles in the building. Make sure you guys go to masculineidentitymembership.com. Get on them Zoom calls with Miles and get that shit cracking. But guys, if you want to call up. If you have a question, put a Q in the chat. So this is the thing. This is how you stop catching feelings when it comes to you guys doing this stuff. Let me first say, I'm going to first get into why you actually catch feelings when you're hooking up and why you fuck this up, right? Now, the reason why you end up catching feelings when you're dealing with women casually, right? When you're just hooking up with girls and all these other things, right? Is because when you're hooking up with these women, you have a particular idea or ideas in your head about relationships and women. Oh, this better be good interrupting a game like that because I'm about to go in. But anyway, 734. What's poppin'? Who this?
Hey, this is Nick from Detroit.
What's up? Did you donate though?
Yep, at the PayPal.
Okay, I got you. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. So what's going on?
So I'm a single male in the swinger scene, and I read that I heard that you were in a swinger. You and April were also swingers.
No, we're not swingers. No, we're not swingers. But what's your question? Don't worry about me and April. What's your question?
Oh, okay. So in the swinger scene, a lot of couples, they will put in their profile that they're just looking for friends. And my question is, why are you going to a sex club if you're just looking for friends?
Okay, so wait, what are you talking about? In what profile?
In like swinger profile on swinger site.
Okay, so you're saying that they have in their thing that they're just looking for friends?
Yes.
Yeah, well, sometimes what happens is that some people, when they're in these situations, they might just be starting out doing the swinging thing. And then so they're not ready to actually, really get the sexual shit going, but they want to meet other couples and meet other people. Or what they do is they use that as just like a code word euphemism, indirect way of saying they're looking for other people to hook up with. So it all depends on that particular couple. But let me ask you this. How long you been with your girl for?
Oh, well, me and her just split up like a few months ago. So like me and her were swingers together, and then now I'm a single guy in the swinger space.
Okay, all right. So that was the only thing you wanted to know.
Yeah, because I was just wondering like why couples will say that, but they'll go to a swinger sex club and just go there just to make friends. Like a lot of swinger podcasts.
This is a good rule of thumb just for life. Don't pay too much attention to what people are saying. Pay attention to what they're doing. You understand? Because sometimes what happens is that if you're so caught up in what they're saying, right, then what's going to happen is that you're going to be moving in a particular direction, right, that you're going to be basing that on you moving, hearing what they said. So you're like, oh, well, they said this, so I'm going to do this. Or they said that, so now I'm thinking about this. So what you want to do is you want to be more direct. So let's say you get back on the swinger site and then you say to this people, hey, so what do you mean by friends? Right. And then they'll let you know. And then once they let you know, then you're like, oh, okay, they mean this and they mean that. And then you see what I'm saying? So you can ask follow-up questions to really dig deep into getting the information that you actually want. So like I said, you would have to actually ask that particular person, couple, or whatever it is like that. You see what I'm saying?
Cool. Got it. All right. I got to go. Thank you.
All right, brother. Appreciate the call, fam. All right. I don't understand how you guys be forming these thoughts. Like, I always found that weird because there's nowhere ever where I said, oh, me and April are swingers. Like where do you get that from? You know what I'm saying? But dudes just be, coming up with their own conclusions about shit. But anyway, so when we talk about you hooking up with women and why you're catching feelings, right? Understand that the reason why you are catching feelings is because you have ideas about how relationships are supposed to go. You have ideas about the type of women that you fantasize about and that you want. You have ideas about what the perfect situation would be between you and a woman, right? So you have all these ideas. Now, the ideas, happen because of you being conditioned, right? The ideas come about because you're listening to a bunch of other people talking shit, and then you just sort of like absorb what they're saying and you make it your own thing, right? So you have all these ideas, right? So then these ideas become your beliefs, right? Now, so what happens is you believe a certain thing based on these ideas that has been implanted in your mind, right? Now, when you're dealing with women, those beliefs that you have based on those ideas, right, start to play itself out through the interactions that you're having with women. So for example, let me give an example of an idea that you might have, right? You might have an idea in your mind that if I get a really, really attractive woman to want to date and sleep with me, then this would improve my life, right? And that's an idea that a lot of guys have in their heads, even if they're not really conscious of it. Right. So then what happens is that you meet this woman, you think she's really attractive, and y'all are hooking up. Right. So then what happens is the reason why you start catching feelings for that woman is because you believe that if I was to have this woman in my life consistently, and let's say she becomes my girl or whatever, then that would actually improve my life. So now you start catching feelings. You start getting emotionally attached because of that belief you have, right? And that belief serves to basically feed your ego also. So this is where you start catching the feelings, right? Another idea, for example, let's say that you are, talking to 2 or 3 different women, you're hooking up with 2 or 3 different girls or whatever. And let's say these women are, telling you how much they love the sex and, oh, you're so good in bed and, oh, your dick's so big and blah, 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 blah. So you have this idea that if you're fucking a girl really good, then that must mean that she's going to fall in love with you. She's going to get emotionally attached to you and all these other things. So now, because you have this idea and you believe this, right, you're going to start to get emotionally attached to her, thinking she's getting emotionally attached to you, right? So now let's combine those 2 ideas. So now let's say you have a really, really hot girl or a few girls that you think are hot that you're having sex with, right? And they're telling you how good you are in bed and they're gassing your head up and all these different things, right? So now you're going to really start catching feelings because of what you're hearing and what you're experiencing in those situations. But the reason why you're catching feelings is because you've been conditioned to believe that when you hear these things or experience these things, that this is somehow going to make your situation better. So in order to get that situation to be better or to keep it going or to keep that consistent, right? You start to form an attachment to what's happening. And that attachment makes you catch feelings. It gets you emotional. So you're emotionally attached to this, right? And then so what happens is this. Because these are women you're hooking up with, these are multiple women you're hooking up with, this is not your girlfriend. These are just girls you're fucking, right? What happens is because you're forming this emotional attachment based on what you believe is going to improve your life or whatever it is, then you start acting more needy and clingy. So for example, let's say you're hooking up with a girl and she can't come see you one weekend and she's like, oh, I'm kind of busy and so forth and so on. So then you start thinking, oh, well, why is she busy? Is she seeing another man? Does she still like me? Blah, 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 right? Because you're scared that your attachment is going to be pulled away from you. You're scared that this might be the end, or maybe she's fucking with another guy, or maybe she's not liking me as much, or whatever, right? And then so you start acting more needy and clingy. That neediness and that clinginess, right? If she sees that happening or she feels that, that's the type of shit that'll make her fall back. Now, if she's falling back, you're naturally going to try to lean in, right? Because remember, you don't want your attachment to go away. You see what I'm saying? So the reason why you're catching feelings is not necessarily because of her. It's because of what she represents. It's the idea of her. That's why you're catching feelings, right? But this is the main reason why you're catching feelings is because you have been conditioned to think that way and believe what you believe. Now, how do you fix this? Really simple. When you have a program, when you do things on your terms, when you create situations the exact way you want it, then you are not going to catch feelings. It's damn near impossible. And I'm going to explain to you why. Because what happens is right now, the reason why you're catching feelings is because you've been influenced by society to want what society has conditioned you to believe that you need in order to be happy. You understand what I'm saying? So you've been conditioned to think, damn, well, I should, I got to have this girl. I got to possess her. I need her. I want her. And if I had her, everything will be cool. And, if I had her love, and you start thinking all these things, and that's what's keeping you in that state of mind where you're starting to catch feelings for the woman, right? But remember, you're just catching feelings because of the idea of what she represents and what that could mean for you. Now, again, the reason why you're thinking that way is why? Because you are conditioned to think that way. But check this out. If you have your own program, meaning that you create the rules for yourself, if you have a certain way that you do things, meaning you only date women on your terms, right? If you are interacting with women based on the structure that you've created, then what's going to happen is that you're not going to be catching feelings, and you can accurately have sex with women, have fun with them without feeling needy or clingy in the situation. Because what you do is that you drop the idea that you need them for these other things that you think you need them for. But remember, the reason why you think you need them for those other things is because you were conditioned to believe so. But the reason why you even bought into that is because you thought there was something lacking from you, which is why you're getting emotionally attached to the woman. This is why you're catching feelings. But when you have a masculine identity, shout out to Miles, when you are the type of guy who, is on point, right? What you do is that you derive your happiness and your sense of self from your masculine identity, from who you are, not from the woman, not from the idea of what the woman represents, right? So then this is what happens. So when you are dealing with women on your terms and you're doing things your way, right? And you are hooking up with women, you're just having sex with them, having some fun, having some casual sex. You got a few women here and there that come in and out your life that you do this type of stuff with. What happens is that you keep them in a particular box, right? These women right here are women I call up, they come through, we have sex, they leave. I call them up, they come through, we have sex, they leave. They hit me up, I set up a time for them to come through, have sex, they leave. You understand? So what happens is that you are not attaching anything to that particular situation. The problem is right now, a lot of you guys are attaching all these other things to that particular situation because the girl comes through, you have sex, and then she looks at you a certain way. And then you think, oh, that must mean she's really starting to really like me. Like, I feel like this could be more than what it is. And, she's so hot. She seems like wifey because she just seems real cool and she seems different than all the other girls. And so you start adding all these things based on how you're feeling. But understand this. Your feelings are deriving from your beliefs. Your belief is that you need this woman in order for your life to be better, right? And so that's why you're getting that feeling. When you understand that your life is going to be great with or without the woman, then you won't catch feelings. Do you see what I'm saying? Because what happens is that you are having sex and enjoying the sex and the moment and the situation for what it is. See, this is why a lot of times you'll hear, for example, like they have like pickup artists will say, oh, I was fucking all these girls and after I had sex with all these girls, I felt empty, right? And so the reason why they feel empty was because they were looking for something outside of sex. Right? So some of them were having sex so that they can feel better about themselves as men. Some of them were having sex because they thought sex was going to bring, love to them. Some of them were having sex because they haven't had sex before or they were having a hard time getting sex and the sex was validating them. Right? And so what I'm saying is that if you throw all that bullshit away and you just enjoy women based on your masculine identity. You enjoy women based on how you set shit up. You enjoy women based on you hooking up with them and having sex with them and then just enjoying the fact that you are hooking up and having sex and not making it anything more than that. If that's the case with that particular woman or those particular women, then you're not going to worry about catching feelings because the idea of catching feelings is connected to what you think you need. And what you think you need is based on the ideas that have been implanted in your head. And then those ideas that's in your head forms the beliefs that you have. And then those beliefs give you that emotion. You understand what I'm saying? So this is what I'm trying to tell you guys that, see, I've hooked up with a shitload of women, right? And what I realized was that there were times in the past where I started to recognize that I was catching feelings, right? Meaning that there were girls that I would consistently see and then I would start to like them more. And then so what happened was that when they would, let's say, I would hit them up, say, hey, let's come through, come through this week. And she could say something like, oh, I'm kind of busy this week, right? So now I'd be like, fuck, because I wanted to see her. But then what happened was her just saying I'm busy this week, then the mind starts racing. Oh, so is she really busy or is she lying? Is she really busy or is she fucking with some other dude and she don't want to see me? You see what I'm saying? Now, all of these things happen because I was forming an attachment to the consistency I had with the woman. You understand what I'm saying? And then so what I learned was that the reason why I was feeling that way was not necessarily because of me liking that woman in particular, right? It was more so I seen that happening in other situations with other women because of the responses they were giving me in certain situations that made me think and gave me the idea that I might lose the situation, right? So I was already attached to the situation and the idea of what that situation meant. And then so because they would say, oh, I can't see you this today, or, oh, I'm kind of busy, maybe next week or whatever, in certain situations, I would start to be like, fuck. And then I start to think all these other extra things and all that other stuff, right? And then so what happened is that as I gotten older and as I started to, interact with more women and do my thing, then I started to realize, well, wait a second. Like, I enjoy hooking up with these girls, right? Keeping the shit light and fun. And when I could see them, I see them. When I'm not going to see them, I'm not going to see them. And then the same thing happened on the reverse end where it was like that freed me up to when they would hit me up and they'd be like, hey, can I see you? And I'm like, nah, I'm busy today. You understand what I'm saying? So that same vibe of being nonchalant that they had, I was also having as a result of me not being clingy to them. You understand what I'm saying? And shout out to Kobe Lean for the three free calls. So guys, if you want to call up. We got 3 free calls, people. 3 free calls. So shout out to Kobe Lean. Appreciate you, fam. So call up. You guys can call up. 844-672-7300. 844-672-7300 is the number. And guys, we're not gonna be here too long, maybe another 45 minutes. Cause me and my lady, we gotta go on a date. You feel what I'm saying? Cause I caught feelings for April. You know what I'm saying? I caught it. So make sure that you guys get that shit cracking. You feel what I mean? So hold on, let me see real quick. Let me see on the joints. I'm just checking this. So yeah, so guys, make sure you call up. If you have questions, put a Q in the chat and we will get that going. Let me see what some of these questions are saying real quick. You said if you're not a woman's type, you can still have sex with her, but can you also be in a long-term relationship with her if you want? You didn't really talk about that part in your previous lives. Okay, so this is the thing. So if you are not a woman's type, right? You do not want to be in a long-term relationship with her. You understand what I'm saying? Now you could be, but what I'm saying is I wouldn't suggest it. And this is how you'll know that you're not her type, right? Is that, let's say you hook up with the girl and y'all hook up, have a good time or whatever. But when it comes to being consistent, that's not going to happen. You understand what I'm saying? So she's going to start giving you that inconsistent behavior. It's giving you that inconsistent behavior because you are not her type as far as what she wants, longer term. You may not be her type what she takes seriously. And so that's why you're going to get the inconsistency. You see what I'm saying? So that's what it is. So Mr. Carl, what was the YouTuber you mentioned yesterday that had a video on him explaining the STDs? Yeah, go to Caleb Jones on YouTube. Caleb Jones. You can type in Alpha Male 2.0. That's his brand. So you can definitely check him out. He has a lot of good videos. Shout out to him. You know what I'm saying? Let me see. It says, how do the women know we catch feelings? Oh, so basically what it is this. They know you catch feelings based on your behavior. So meaning that you start acting needy. So if you're just hooking up with a woman, this is like your fuck buddy, a chick you just fucking. The situation between you and her is you hit her up, she comes through, y'all fuck. Or she hits you up and then you come through, she fucks or whatever. It's just basically like y'all hit each other up for sex. The catching feelings part is when you start, for example, acting like you care, right, about things she's doing outside of that, right? So meaning that, let's say if the girl says, and you say, hey, let's meet up Friday, to get it on, get it in. And she's like, oh, I can't this Friday, I'm busy. And then you text her, oh, so you got a date or something, right? So that's her knowing you're catching feelings. You see what I'm saying? Or let's say, for example, you've been fucking a chick and, everything was cool. And then all of a sudden, y'all been fucking for like 3-4 months. And then all of a sudden you hit her up and then she says, oh, hey, listen, I actually started dating this other guy and we're kind of being serious right now. And then you basically start, getting in your feelings about it. Like, oh, so we can't see each other no more. Like, what's up? Like, what happened? And you're in that type of vibe. Or you start like texting her, 2-3 months after that, trying to check in on her and all this other shit. You see what I'm saying? So she can see that you're catching feelings based on your behavior. Because remember, when you're just hooking up with her and having fun, right? It's just y'all fucking and having sex. Once you start doing all that extra stuff, right? That's her seeing you're catching feelings. And see, this is the thing, is that the problem with a lot of you guys is that you don't really understand that when you are catching feelings, you're disrupting the rhythm of the roster. You're disrupting the rhythm of the routine that you and the women have that you're fucking. You understand? Because you could be that guy who they come to and look for sexual gratification. Now you're turning into the guy who's giving her a fucking headache because you acting like a bitch. You understand what I'm saying? You're being all emotional. She thought she could count on you for dick. But then you started catching feelings. You start worrying about who she talking to and who she being with. And if she gonna see you next week or whatever. Like you start to become that guy. And you're becoming that guy because what happens is that you're catching feelings based on the idea of who you think she is to you. And this is what will happen too also, is that some of you guys, the reason why I catch feelings, again, is because you have this idea of the woman and thinking she represents a certain thing that you would like or that you desire, you start to do more boyfriendy energy type of things with the woman. You understand what I'm saying? And then because you're doing that boyfriendy energy type of shit with her, that makes you catch more and more feelings because you're spending more non-sexual time and energy with the woman. So then you start to think of her as more than just sex. You see what I'm saying? But that's because you're the one who's creating that scenario and that that thing going on. You see what I'm saying? Let me see what else we got here for some of these questions. Let me see. You said, so are you saying that catching feelings create ceilings? Exactly. 718, what's popping? Who this?
Hello, this is Marcus.
Marcus, what's going on? Did you donate or are you taking a free call?
Only a free call.
All right, so what's going on?
All right, so I'm gonna just keep it brief, but I had a situation yesterday. I just wanted to know like what I could have did like better or how should I like continue it.
Okay.
So this shorty that I've been fucking with on and off for like 2 years or like probably longer. But like we only see each other like maybe every couple months or like she'll hit me up randomly, like, to like fuck and shit.
Okay.
But the thing is that so when she hits me up, it's like she's begging and I told her like to chill out with all that. Like I'm gonna tell you when we could do it, whatever. And it seemed like she trying to press me, so I stopped fucking with her. I stopped fucking with her because it kind of like she wanted to do it on her terms, and I'm just like, yo, like it's not working like that.
So wait. So how long you been seeing her again?
It's like on and off for like 2 years, probably.
Okay, how many times you smashed?
Probably like 4 times, like 4 or 5 times.
Okay, and when's the last time you smashed her?
I tried to smash yesterday, but she was bro, she's playing games. That's what I'm saying.
Wait. She was playing games? What kind of game she was playing?
I went yesterday, right? She wanted me to go to her, and I told her, nah, you could come to me. Because I was already outside when she hit me up, and she wanted to, like, do whatever. So I ended up going to her, which I know I fucked up. So I was just like, whatever that day. I already knew.
Okay, so what happened? So you went to her, and then what happened?
And then when we were supposed to fuck, she was like, oh. So when I went to her, she didn't have nowhere to fuck, so we tried to, like, find somewhere. And then she ended up, like, calling it quits for that.
Wait, Carl, how old are you? You sound
and I'm like, I'm 25.
You 25?
I'm like,
okay.
Yeah. But I'm like, nigga, we grown. We could find somewhere to fuck. Like, I'm like, what are you talking about? I'm like, why would you have me over there? You don't know what what you want to do. I'm like, bro, you could have just came to me. So I'm like, bro.
So this is the thing, though. Hold on. Everything you're talking about is irrelevant because you following the woman.
Right.
Right. So
I was gonna go over there and tell her, like, okay, let's go over here, let's do this. And then when I try to do that, she started bitching. So I'm like, bro, you just like.
But this is what I'm saying. What I'm saying is your whole situation's messed up because you followed her. And I know this ain't the first time you followed her.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So
I went to her like in the beginning, and now I feel like ever since I did that, she always wants me to go to her now.
Exactly. So there you go. You listen. You created that entire situation by you not leading in the first place, right? And now you're saying that she's blowing up your phone or some shit. Like, what happened?
Like, I'll start talking to her, like I'll block her, whatever. She'll try to call me like on a different number, like blowing up niggas' phones, like bugging, bro.
So
that's what happened yesterday. I stopped talking to her for like a while, and then she called me on a different phone.
So wait. So if you stop talking to her, right? Did you tell her that you don't want to talk to her anymore?
Yeah.
Okay, so you told her you don't want to talk to her anymore. She's blowing up your phone, but then you said yesterday you went to see her, yes?
Yeah.
Okay, so
she called me on a different phone.
So this is what I'm saying. So why are you complaining when you're participating in the bullshit?
I don't know how to handle. I could cut her off, but I didn't even know it was her at first. And then
no. But this
like,
is what I'm saying.
Me.
No, call her. You said, listen what you're saying. You said you told her you don't want her to talk to you anymore. You don't want to talk to her anymore, right? And then you said you blocked her, right?
Yes.
Right. Now you said that she called you from another phone. You picked it up or whatever. It was her, right?
I blocked her like a couple weeks ago, and then she just called back like after a couple weeks.
Right. But this is what I'm saying. When she called you and she told you to come over, why did you come over?
I don't know, bro. I was just, but I don't want to fuck with her no more. So like, how do I cut her off without her like?
But Carly, you can't cut her off. You can't because you caught feeling. You got feelings for this chick, fam. You in love or something? Because there ain't no way that you said I cut her off. I told her I didn't want to fuck with her. She calls me. She called me again, and then I went to her. Why did you? There's no reason for you to go to her.
Because when she called me, I thought she was trying to make it up. So I told her like, okay, if you want to do this, you can
make what up? You said call her. Make what up? You said you don't want to fuck with her anymore.
Because it's not that I don't fuck, but she don't listen. So it's like call her.
This is what I'm saying. So this is what I'm saying.
I told her that I didn't like that. Like,
call her. You're too flexible. Do you want to fuck with this chick or not?
I don't see no reason to if she's not going to change.
Call her.
That's what I'm saying.
Hold on, I'm asking you a question. It's a yes or no. Do you want to fuck with her or not? No?
I like things like a certain way. Like,
no.
I feel like I'm having a hard time.
Yes or no? Yes or no. It's a yes or no. Do you want to fuck with this woman? Yes or no?
No.
Okay, so if the answer is no, right? Then you shouldn't have seen her the other day.
Right.
Like, so wait, hold on. Did somebody put a gun to your head and told you to go see her? Right.
Nah,
right. So you chose.
If she's calling my phone, I'm thinking she's ready to, and then she like to
ready to what?
Do right, like do what she's supposed to do. I don't mind fucking her if she's doing what she's supposed to do.
No. I asked you, Do you want to fuck with her? You said no. Now you saying, well, if she ready to do what she want to do, then I'll fuck with her. No, it's either do you want to fuck with her or not? You see what I'm saying?
Like, no, if she changes, yeah, but she's still on the same bullshit. Nah,
call her. This is what I'm trying to tell you. It's not about if she changes or not. It's about what you want to do. And if you would have thought about what you wanted to do from the beginning, that none of this would have happened. You see what I'm saying? So what I'm saying is, you say, I either want to fuck with this chick or not. I do want to fuck with her. I'm going to fuck with her. If she does these things that I don't like, she's gone. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So what I'm saying is she's doing shit that you don't like, so she should be gone. Yes?
Yeah.
Right. And then hold on. Now, you told her that you didn't want to see her anymore, right?
Yeah.
Right. So you already put your foot down. So what I'm saying is the fact that you put your foot down, told her you don't want to see her, her calling you or texting you or whatever should be irrelevant. You should have just ignored her and blocked her again and kept it moving. That's what I'm saying. You got to call. You have to stand on your shit. It's not about, well, if she do this, then I'll do that. And if she does this, then I'll do that. This is how it is. She has to follow it. If she don't follow it, you cut her the fuck off and you move on with your life. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
Right.
All right. You got to stop being flexible, man. This is why I have all these problems with women. It's either, you know the saying, my way or the highway? You know that saying, right? Okay, it's your way or the highway. No, if she drives on the highway this way. No, it's your way or the highway. That's it. All right. All right, caller. Appreciate the call, man. All right, man. This is crazy. Let's go to 619. 619. What's popping? Who this?
It's John.
John, what's going on? Did you donate or are you taking a free call?
Free call.
All right, so what's going on with you, man?
So like my wife and I, we've been fucking women together since before we were married.
Mm-hmm.
And a couple times now, but once or twice, she mentioned that one day she might want to stop having threesomes and have it just be me and her.
Uh-huh.
And I don't want to stop. So I'm just trying to figure out like how I tell her, that I don't want to stop doing this without making her feel without making her feel that she's not enough.
Wait, so how long have you been married for?
Married for a year.
A year? How long you been with her altogether?
2 years.
2 years. God damn, y'all niggas be getting married quick. So when did she become your girlfriend when you met her? Like how long it took for her to become your girlfriend?
Like 3 months.
3 months. Jesus. Okay. So now, and then so 7 months later you married her?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Now, at what point were y'all having the threesomes?
Like before we even got together.
So before y'all were married, y'all was having threesomes together. At what point before
we were in a relationship?
Before y'all was girlfriend and boyfriend, y'all was having threesomes.
Yeah.
Okay. So now, when y'all became boyfriend and girlfriend, y'all still was having threesomes, yes?
Correct. It never stopped.
And
her
now,
kink is she likes to watch me with other women.
Okay, so now what happened, or I should say this, when specifically did she say she don't want to do it no more?
Okay, she got cancer and she just beat leukemia.
Mm-hmm.
And so like she's going through all these different mind changes and whatnot. So I don't know if that has something to do with it.
And so whose idea was the threesomes?
Hers. She it was her. Well, it was kind of both. I mean, I told her what happened was I told her that I had threesomes before a past relationship, and then she was like, "Oh, she's open to that." That's how that happened.
So, but you said it was her idea. So how was it her idea?
Well, I mentioned it, and she said she's open to it. So I guess it's like kind of both our ideas, like
So
I mentioned my past relationship,
right? But
talk about old stuff,
right? And this is the thing, though. This is the thing. See, right now you put yourself in a fucked up situation, right? Because what happened is that, and this is why you have to lead, right? Because when you lead, you're basically telling the woman she has to choose what you're saying to do. You understand what I'm saying? So essentially, what should have happened is before she became your girl, or I should say your wife or whatever, you should be like, listen, before we get married, just letting you know, I still want to do these threesomes, period. Like until the end of time. You understand what I'm saying? And then give her the opportunity to say yay or nay at that point, right? Because what happens is this, right? See, you want to like be in a situation where if you were to divorce your wife, you want it to be righteous. You understand what I'm saying? Meaning that if you tell her, hey,
I'm not going to divorce her over it. I want to figure out a way to communicate this to her without making her feel.
Okay, so let me ask you a question. Do you like the threesomes?
Of course.
Okay, so you're going to stay in a marriage where, well, if you're going to stay in a marriage where that's not happening anymore, so will you go have threesomes outside of her, so you and two other women?
No. I'm trying to figure out a way to let her know that it's not going to stop.
Okay, so
without her
so
feeling like, she's not enough.
What if she doesn't want to do it anymore? Like, what if she can't? Like, because April said her immune system might be compromised because of the cancer, right? So what if she can't do it
we
anymore?
good for like a year. We already know off a year, but she's talking about after that year is up, because that is the situation.
Right.
So after that year is up, though, she said, well, I might not want to, Style might not want to do that type of thing anymore. I'm like, what?
Okay, well, this is what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that if she can't do it, that's different than her not doing it.
Yeah.
But also,
she's fine after a year.
Right, but this. So you're saying she's fine to do it still, even with the cancer?
After we know for a year she can't.
Oh, for a year she can't. But after a year, she that's up. She can do it.
Exactly.
Okay. Yeah. So now what I'm saying is this, though. This is the bind that you're in. This is why I say you got to lead, because if you would have told her, hey, listen, you can't be my wife unless we have threesomes for our marriage, right? Then she would have had to choose, yes, I'll be your wife and have these threesomes, or no, I don't want to be your wife and walk away. You understand what I'm saying? But so what happens is that if she chose to be your wife, knowing you wanted the threesomes, if she was to say, I want to stop the threesomes, then it would make sense for y'all to not be in the marriage. Does that make sense? Because you told her that's what you want. Right now, the fucked up part is you didn't necessarily tell her. It was kind of like I just kind of talked about it and started doing it.
Yeah.
Do you see what I'm saying? So now it's going to be hard for you to just be like, well, listen, this is what I want to make happen, and for it to continue to happen in that way. Do you understand what I'm saying? So now, right. So now this is the thing, though. This is the thing. If you want to let's say she doesn't want to keep having threesomes. What's your next move?
I'd take an L on that, man. Honestly, she's too good of a woman like to bullshit like that.
Do you guys see what happens when you don't lead? See, when you don't lead, you trap yourself in certain situations.
Yeah, but I lead in everything else. Like I lead everything.
No, it's not leading every.
It's just one situation.
No. You're supposed to lead in every situation. Everything. Think of your relationship like a fucking business. You understand what I'm saying? So you're the owner of the business, right? So everything under that business needs to be a certain way. So what I'm saying is that this is something. So let me ask you this. So you're okay with never having the threesomes again?
I mean, it's not the end of the world. I'm cool with it.
So
I'm cool. It's not what I want. It's not like the end all be all. Like that's not. I would like it to continue with, but it is what it is.
See, this is the thing. If she couldn't have it because of the cancer, that's understandable, right? And then you guys can have a conversation about what that means. And hey, look, I can't do this. And then you're like, all right, cool. Well, we ain't doing this for right now. And it's understandable because she actually can't, right? Now, so what I'm saying is that, but if she can do it and she doesn't want to do it, so you're saying that you're just gonna like throw your hands up and say, fuck it?
I mean, it's not a deal breaker to me. It's just something I would like to continue to do.
So then if it's not a deal breaker, then why? So then why bother even talking about this? Just don't do it.
Because I would like for it to continue. I want to figure out a way. I'm asking if I can figure out a way to tell her to that.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. Why don't you just tell her that you want to keep doing it?
But I want to tell her in a way where I don't feel like she's not enough, though. You know, I'm trying to figure out what the words to say.
Has she ever told you she doesn't feel like enough when y'all were doing the threesomes?
No.
So then why would she feel like she's not enough?
Man, you want me? Man.
No. It's not about how women know. What I'm saying is y'all been doing this. So if she felt like she wasn't enough, she would have been told you she felt like she wasn't enough, right?
Oh, yeah.
So why all of a sudden now she's gonna feel like she's not enough? Unless you're lying and she has explained that before.
No, she's never explained that before. It's just that.
So that's what I'm saying. Where are you getting this idea where she's gonna feel like she's not enough?
My own head. You know, I feel like if I say this, you know, she might, you know, I'm not enough.
You haven't even had the conversation. You see how I see you're not a leader?
I've been bullshitting on it. Which the 2 times she said, I kind of like it's like whatever.
You see what I'm saying? This right here is what I'm talking about. Why you're not leading. See, if you were leading at the beginning, this is how simple it is. You tell a woman this is how shit's gonna be. You give her the opportunity to say yes or no. If she says yes, y'all do it. Now, if she says, I don't want to do this anymore, you say, cool, we're done. Like, I don't understand why. See, again, this is the problem with feelings. Because now what happens is that now you're compromising yourself because of your feelings of wanting to keep this going, even though you're like, damn, but I really want to do this. So are you telling me that you're never going to cheat on your girl, on your wife? Is that what you think that's going to happen?
No, I'm not going to cheat on her.
You sure?
Positive.
So you trying to tell me how many times I did this threesome shit?
Shit. At least like 15, 20 times. I ain't counting.
So y'all did 15. So in the past 2 years, y'all done it like 15, 20 times.
Yeah, she like a whole nigga like me.
Okay.
We out hunting.
Okay, so if y'all out there getting it in, you trying to tell me that you could just stop cold turkey?
I don't believe her when she say it. But
no, I'm talking about you.
We're going a whole year without doing it though. It's just about to start. It's just about to start. So I'm figuring like, you know, if we go a whole year without doing it, she might get comfortable.
How old are you? How old are you?
38.
38. Well, this is what I'm saying. So, see, you're saying you went a whole year without doing it, but
no, we're about to start. It's about to start now.
Oh, it's about to start now. But that's what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, do you think you can go a whole year without wanting to fuck other women?
Yeah, I'm good.
How you figure?
I don't have my. I'm good, bro. Yeah, I'm good.
So if you're good, then why are you worried about it?
Man, I don't want to. It's fun, bro. I like the idea of going out with my girl.
Okay, so then tell her. So this is what you do.
Everything.
This is what you do. You tell her. Listen. You tell her, hey, when you get better, we gonna continue to do these threesomes. So just tell her that.
All right.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. I guess. Yeah. I'll tell them to see what you say.
All right, brother. Stop being scared. Stop being scared. You gotta stop being scared of these women. All right.
All right, bro.
All right. Peace. Exactly. The same thing. Charlie said the same thing. He's like, why call in? Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like, just tell her, hey, I want to keep doing this shit. Man, leadership is important, man. You have to listen, because understand the reason why you have to lead women and tell them what it is because you have to give them a choice to choose. That's what it means for a woman to choose you. See, y'all talking about choosing signals. No, fuck choosing signals. You have to position the situation for a woman to actually choose you. Who are you? You're the guy who wants the threesomes. So this is why she has to say, yes, I'm down with the threesomes. So he says, before we get married, I want you to know, I want this to continue. Are you down with that or not? She says, no. Okay, we're not getting married. She says, yes, we're getting married. So now in this situation, he could just keep it moving after that. Hold on, we got April in the building. What's going on?
Hello.
What's up, April? What's happening?
Okay. So I'm sorry, but like, I don't think he should be having that conversation with her right now.
About the
threesome.
No, I think he should. I think he should say, hey, after this is done, then we're going to keep it moving.
Right now, her whole system is compromised.
Well, we don't necessarily know what the situation is with the cancer. You know what I'm saying? So
he said, did I donate? No, I'm taking a free call. God damn it, Kobe Lean. I'll donate later tonight. He'll get what he wants.
Ridiculous.
Anyways, I'm not in the other room. I'm at my house, Joe Blast.
Oh yeah, she's
but no, seriously, like, okay, so obviously my best friend is just finished cancer treatment, which heads up, he's back in the emergency room today because he's not feeling well. So, right now, like when you have somebody that's going through a cancer treatment and like they have to be, I think, at least a full year in remission before they, a full year of, cancer free before they say you're in remission. So like his job as his support and whatever, like is to keep her from worrying about anything and to say, okay, I'm willing to go a year because I know that your system is compromised and whatever, but at the end of the year, I'm going to do whatever I want. Like she does not need that right now. This is something that they can talk about a year from now after she's fully in remission and her system is no longer compromised, because the reality is that maybe neither one of them will want this again. It's kind of like, I would liken it to the fact of like when I told my ex-husband, I'm going to think about having a baby for a year. And at the end of the year, if I decide I want to have a baby, I'm going to do it with or without you. It wasn't anything that really needed that. I didn't need to say that. And he wasn't going through cancer. You know what I mean? So I think for that caller to even have that conversation with his wife when she's in such a compromised position right now is really insensitive and not very supportive of her situation, because right now all she should focus on is getting better, not focus on, oh my God, and at the end of the year I might lose my husband if I don't want to do this.
Right, but this is the issue though. The issue was he didn't vet her in the first place. And so I'm not saying that's not, I agree. Like the fact that he made her his girl in 3 months and then was married to her in 7 months and they've only been married for a year, like that's crazy to me. Like we were out with your family last night and I was talking to your sister and I said I was engaged for 2 years. Right.
Because I thought, well, if I marry this guy, if I don't marry him and at the end of 2 years I don't like him, at least I didn't make the mistake of getting married.
Right.
So, I mean, I feel like we were dating a year before we even got engaged. So, we knew each other for at least 3 years before, any of that happened. But and his situation, they moved crazy fast. Not sure why.
Right.
And now he's in a really, kind of shit situation but he should be fully focused on helping her make sure that she recovers, not adding stress to her recovery.
Right. But the thing is, see, this is the problem. He didn't vet her in the first place. And also what happened is that she brought it up. You see what I'm saying? And so what happens is that she brought it up because he didn't vet her in the first place. So that's what I'm saying, where this is all his fault in the first place, because if you would have vetted her and basically said, hey, this basically what it is this, right? It's just like anything else, right? In a relationship, right? You're going to have a certain thing, just like, okay, for example, cheating, right? It's known in monogamous relationships that you're not supposed to cheat because that's already the rule that everybody knows and agrees to, right? So you don't have to say to the person in the relationship, hey, if you cheat, this is over, right? Like they know this, right? They know that if you cheat, it's over. We're gonna break up, or we're gonna get divorced, whatever. So what I'm saying is, no, because
I've been in monogamous relationships where I've said that. Verbally.
No, I know. But I'm saying I'm just using it as an example of something that's known that doesn't have to be talked about. Do you see what I'm saying?
Right.
So what I'm saying is that if at the beginning he told her, listen, if we're going to be serious in a relationship and married, I want these threesomes. Now, if she says yes to that, then that means they don't have to talk about it again, because that's part of the entire equation. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So what I'm saying is that if they do talk about it or it's brought up, right? Let's take out the cancer part. What I'm saying is that if it's brought up, then what's essentially happening is that that's the equivalent of saying, hey, can I cheat? Do you see what I'm saying? It's like, no, you can't do this, because if you do this, we're done. So what I'm saying is that if he would have from the beginning said, hey, this is how I want it, and she agreed, and then she reneged, then he has grounds to cut it off. Now, I agree with you that because of the cancer, right, he should be more aware and say, hey, you know what? She got this cancer. Let's not touch this subject now. Let's wait a little and we'll talk. You see, I totally agree with you with that. What I'm saying is his fault at the beginning. The whole entire thing is fucked up. I think
he got off the phone. Right. I think he just got off the phone with you thinking he needs to go to his wife and say, at the end of the year, I want to go back to this. Otherwise, this isn't going to work out. And what I'm saying is,
but this is the thing.
I think that's an unnecessary expectation and conversation to have with somebody that's trying to focus on getting healthy.
Right. But the thing is this, either way, his whole relationship's fucked up anyway. Do you see what I'm saying?
I agree. I totally agree.
So I'm saying, like, all of that, that's what I mean. It's like, I'm just pointing out that because he didn't lead and vet in the first place, his relationship already, because that's what I'm saying. What I'm saying is this conversation should have never happened.
Yep.
Do you see what I'm saying? It's crazy. Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. So what I'm saying is because he didn't put his foot down about what he wanted, he allowed a situation to occur that didn't need to even be a conversation. It's crazy.
Right. No, I agree. I agree.
Yeah. So I'm just
some
like,
of these.
Well, say it again.
I said, can we address some of these comments?
Which one?
Okay. So in the zone, yes, my best friend is a male and he's gay.
You're like, oh my God, April has male friends.
Oh my God, I have male friends. And also we might try to get him to do a show with us if he comes to New York for Christmas.
Oh yeah, that should be hilarious.
Love him. He's like the best.
He's cool as hell.
And then somebody else had a question. Let me see. I want to say it was Biggie Smalls. How is it possible that you can bet on every wish possible? What if it comes up later on the marriage?
Right. That's a good question.
I think,
and go ahead. You
this is what I would say to that. First of all, I'd be interested to know how old Biggie Smalls is, because that to me sounds like he's young and hasn't probably been in any type of long-term committed relationship. Because I'm not saying that and I don't know, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think you're not going to be able to vet every little nitpicky thing, but the big things that happen in life before you ever get married, all of those things should be a topic of conversation. Right. Whether or not you want kids, how you think your money should be split up, how you think you should spend money.
He said he's 29.
Okay, 29. Like, where do you want to retire? Where do you want to live? Do you want to live close to your family? Do you want to live close to my family? Do we want to not live close to anybody's family? Where are we spending holidays? Like, all of those things, plus then whatever becomes important to you as a man, those things 100% should be talked about and agreed upon before you ever get married.
Right.
I mean, it could be anything from like, who cleans the toilet and who vacuums? Like, those are the things that are, and how often we have sex in a week or in a day or in a month or whatever. Like, if those are the things that are important to you, like, you have to talk about them.
Exactly. But also too,
otherwise
he said,
you're setting yourself up for failure from the start.
Right. Because he says, how do you vet for every wish possible? So the thing is, this is why you have to have a program. I on the Bad Boy membership, I have a program called How to Create Your Program. And basically what it is that based on your program, that's how you vet. That's why you're supposed to vet. The vetting is to make sure all the things that you need to happen and be talked about, and all those things occur before you say, hey, we're going to move to this next step. But this comes with you understanding yourself. This is why we tell you guys, you have to understand your masculine identity, because this is the thing. If he knew that he likes threesomes, that shouldn't even had to been, because it sounded like what happened was he had a very indirect conversation with his girl about it, instead of telling his girl that this is what I want. Do you understand what I'm
Right.
saying?
Well, it probably wasn't an issue because she was healthy. And so he never thought his way of life was going to potentially change. And now that there's outside influences that are changing, you know, potentially changing what his future is going to look like. Like, even, I mean, and most people don't like to think, well, what happens if one of us gets sick? Does that mean that we can seek, you know, a sexual relationship outside of the relationship so that, you know, I still want to be married to you and I want to support you. But if the physical part of our relationship cannot happen anymore, then what happens? And not to say that that would be something you would talk about before marriage. I think if you were older, that would be something. If you're younger, probably not something.
Right.
But I think that then that becomes something to Biggie Smalls's, you know, situation and question that becomes part of your process as your relationship grows and changes and influences come in and, you know, whatever happens.
But see, the thing is that because he said, but we all change and thus our wishes, doesn't it? Well, that's what I'm saying. See, this is the thing. You guys don't understand that there's going to be core things that you want and how you want it. So what I'm saying is little things could change, like, oh, well, you know, I found this new pizza restaurant and I like to go there on Wednesdays. Who gives a fuck? That's not really that big of a deal. But what I'm saying is that if he knows that he likes threesomes, which is a huge part of anything sexual, anything that has to do with finances, anything that has to do with kids, anything that has to do with where you're living, anything that has to do with like career and all, those are big things that need to be talked about. You see what I'm saying? So what I'm saying is that if he wasn't talking about the sexual stuff and letting her know this is how I want it, he needed to let her know beforehand before he even gave her the title of wife. And that's what I'm saying. So after all of that, it already fucked up, because this thing, the question I would like to ask them is, did she say, I don't want to do the threesomes, or I can't do the threesomes? Like that part wasn't necessarily clear, because it would make sense for her to say, well, I can't do it because I'm sick now. What do you understand? That makes sense. And that's fine.
Right.
But what I'm saying is that, let's say a year or two from now, everything is all good and she can do it. And then she says she doesn't want to do it. The fucked up part is going to be is that he can't actually really, like, he can, you know, anybody can do what they want. But what I'm saying is he won't be justified in making it an issue, because he never made it an actual issue that needs to be done from the beginning.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Right.
And that's the problem. You know?
No, I totally agree. And actually, you brought up a good point when you said something about career through the vetting process, because I remember before I got married, I had an opportunity to relocate. And I knew at that point, I think I was just engaged at that point. If my, you know, fiance wasn't willing to relocate with me now, I would not have stayed in that relationship, because I knew that in order to get ahead in my career, that was going to be part of it.
Right.
And those are the types of things that, like, for me, that was my program, right? Like, I knew I had a very clear path, and I was willing to walk away from that relationship for the career part of it, because, you know, that was what was most important in my life at that time. But I think, again, those are all the things that, like, you have to talk about when you're vetting.
Exactly. Because then now let's say you get into the relationship and now he doesn't talk about that. And then it's like, oh, I want to move over here and then it's a big thing. That, you see what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying, where you guys have to vet so you can prevent all the craziness from happening in your relationship. Guys, this is why we tell y'all. Master the vetting process. Go to shoplocario.com, because y'all need this ASAP. Like, as soon as possible, like yesterday. You know what I'm saying? All right. Oh, my goodness.
All right. That's all I had to say.
All right. Well, I'll see you in a little bit.
Yeah.
All right. Bye. All right. I saw somebody was trying to call 480. Call back. I saw you was trying to call up. All right. We got 480. What's popping? Who this? 480. 480 going once.
Oh yeah, what's up? What's up?
480, what's popping? What's going on, man? Did you donate? Are you taking a free call? What you doing?
Yo, no, I donated.
All right, appreciate it. So what's going on?
No, I just enjoying the conversation. I want to speak on this vetting thing, and then hopefully I can help some of the guys out here too, because I used to have this issue where it wasn't so much that I didn't have leadership or have like the ability to have these processes, but I would see things and not stand on them when it was time, if that makes sense, because you know, I guess maybe a lack of self-respect, whatever you want to call it. But say, for instance, you'll see something and you'll let it go. And then you won't think that's a big deal at the beginning, but then now you're 2 years into a relationship, marriage, and then you have a problem. But that same thing, you saw it 2 years ago and you let it slide then. So you kind of got to stop stuff as soon as you see it. And what I mean by that, like, I'll give you an example. I remember this one woman I went out with, and we were downtown. You know, we were in crowds and everything. I would try to, you know, grab her hand and take her through the crowd. But I noticed sometimes she would try to, like, purposely walk in front of me. And I noticed it immediately. But I was like, nah, it probably don't mean nothing. And then that was like, after that, you know, I remember taking her away from there. But like, okay, you can follow me. We're going to go here and do this. And she would follow me in the car. But I noticed even in the lanes, she wouldn't stay directly behind me in the lane. She would move over to the lane to the left, which made no sense because we had hella space on the highway. You know what I mean?
Right.
But she'll get in her own lane and follow me still, but she'll be in her own kind of lane. And I noticed it. And what I meant is, I talked myself out of it because I noticed it. I'm like, oh, it's probably not a big deal. It was a big deal, and it turned out to be a big deal later. She didn't want to listen to shit I was saying later. But I noticed those things about talking myself out of it. So if you get a little gut feeling about something, about a woman, you're not liking it, you got to speak up, you got to say something, and you got to pay attention to yourself because you are you and you know what you like. So even if it might not seem nothing to somebody else, it seems like something to you, it's something. So you gotta do something about it early.
Right. No, that's a fact. That's and so
that stuff matters.
Right. And that's the problem is that a lot of guys, they see it, but they ignore it because it's like, well, she looked good. I want to fuck or whatever.
You ignore it. And then sometimes you've been taught that. You be like, oh, you be it too much. Or that's control. That's just don't listen to that. You live in your life. And if this person gonna be part of your life, they gotta do what you need them to do for you. Like you can't, you know, spread yourself thin for everybody else.
Right. That's a fact. That's a fact.
Yeah. So that's all. I was just enjoying the conversation. I wanted to put that out there for people. Don't ignore yourself, gaslight yourself, whatever you want to call it, because whatever you feel is gonna come up later, and then you ain't gonna have nobody to blame but yourself. You can be like, damn, I saw this shit too.
Exactly. Now that's a fact, man. I appreciate you calling in and letting us know that, man. That's some real game right there. That's what's up. Appreciate you, fam.
Yeah, that shit happens, man. Everybody, you know, be good. Stay on y'all shit, man.
Yes, sir.
Y'all
Peace. That's what I'm talking about. That's real shit. Real shit. All right, 609. What's poppin'? Who this?
Yo, what's up, Locario? It's Rudy. I donated 10 to Miles.
Rudy in the building. So what's going on?
Yo, Locario. Nah, I just wanted to call in with a story because I had to share this shit because it made me because it was a shit that I went through last night. So you know how you always talk about good girls, you know, girls pretending to be good girls, whatever, right?
Right.
Bro, I shit you not. I was at the bar last night, right? And I was talking to this girl, you know, we talk and we have a conversation. So I say some sexual shit like, you know, you got some nice, sexy lips. I'm interested in seeing if you a good kisser or not. And she said some that stupid shit like, oh, I'm a virgin. I'm not that type of girl, whatever, right? So then at this point, I'm at the bar. I'm waiting on my drink though. You know, the waitress or the bartender's taking too long. So there was no other girls around me. So I just decided to have a conversation because I already knew she wasn't interested in it. Ain't going nowhere. But in order to pass time away from my drink, I just decided to keep having a conversation with her, even though I know it wasn't going nowhere. So I kept talking to her, right? And I just kept questioning her, right? So I'm like, oh, so you waiting for marriage type shit to have sex, whatever? She was like, yeah. So then I'm like, all right, so what happens if you wait for marriage, you have sex, and the sex is trash? She was like, oh, you know, I'm going to teach him how to do it. So I'm like, hold on. How you gonna teach him how to do it if you claim to be a virgin? She started laughing, dying and shit. And then she was like, you know, I was lying. I'm not a virgin. I only told you that so you could look at me as a good girl because I wanted more things out of you.
So wait, you saying so she actually said that? Like she really said that shit?
Yes, she actually said that shit. I shit you not. And she only told me that because she said that she told me that because I could already tell what type of guy you are anyway.
Right.
So she admitted it. She's like, yeah, I'm really a freak and shit. I got really freaky in college and shit. But I only lied to you because I wanted you to see me more as a good girl and shit. So I only wanted to share that story because, yo, it really because it made me think about you when you always say, yo, girls really be out here putting a front. And I already knew that, of course.
Right.
But to hear it coming out of a woman's mouth is like, oh, shit.
Oh, yeah,
like,
they'll
like
do it.
I'm
telling you, like, me and Miles just did a Bad Boy show. And it was titled Women Disrespect You on Purpose. And basically what we was talking about is that women know exactly what they're doing when they're doing it, and they're purposely doing it a certain way in order to just like, give that type of energy. So meaning that, a woman will like purposely, like in this particular situation, like say some bullshit to you, right? Because she may want to like, sort of manipulate you or want you to like, walk away and leave her alone. Like they'll say all these different things that's not real in order to like get you to see them a certain way or perceive them a certain way. You see what I'm saying?
Definitely see what you're saying, which is why she said the bullshit that she did talking about I'm a virgin. I already knew she was full of shit anyway.
Right.
But it's like I said, since I was already at the bartender and she kept talking to me and I was just waiting on the bartender to give me my drink. I just wanted to see, like, yo, let me see if I could expose her to tell me the truth. And when she did, it just confirmed everything I already knew.
Nah, that's real shit, man. It's real shit.
Yeah. So yeah, thanks for taking my call, Locario.
Yes,
I'll be off, man. Have a good one, bro.
I appreciate the call, fam. All right, so I'm about to kill the phone lines in a second because I gotta head out, but I'm gonna answer some more of these questions. So where's we at with the questions? It says, Locario, one thing that confuses me is why do you say that we shouldn't give a fuck about if a woman stays or goes, but you teach how to keep them? Right. Well, this is the thing. I'm not teaching you how to keep them. I'm teaching you how to be a man. So when you're a man, women are going to want to stay. You understand what I'm saying? But the problem is that a lot of guys are trying to keep women around, right? In the sense of they're trying to do things to get the woman to stay. Right. I'm telling you that she will most likely stay if you're that guy. Do you see what I'm saying? So it's you focusing on you. And that's what makes the woman want to stay. Just like when I do the show with Steve, in the intro, it says, do you know how hard it is to get rid of a woman who likes you? Right. And that means that she wants to be there. She wants to stay because she's getting that value from you. Do you see what I'm saying? But you shouldn't worry about her leaving, because you worrying about her leaving means that you're taking focus off of yourself and putting it on her. You understand? Which is a lot of guys do. And this is why the woman ends up leaving. Do you see what I'm saying? And this is the thing. The reason why you don't need to worry about a woman leaving is because what's for you is for you. So a woman who wants to be there won't leave. A woman who wants to leave won't be there. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, what are you trying to hold on to when any woman that's going to be there is there because she wants to, because she sees the value. If she don't see the value and she don't want to, she won't be there. Right? So there's really nothing that you need to worry about or do, because everything that's for you is, and what's not for you is not going to be there. It's that simple. You see what I'm saying? Hold on, let me see. It says, how do you know if you found your purpose? I would suggest you to go to masculineidentitymembership.com, join the Zoom calls with Miles ASAP. So make sure you get up on that. It says, so the steps to approaching females are, one, introduce yourself, then flirt, and then get to the main goal. Well, that's a simple way of putting it, but yeah, it's basically you approach, right? Then you flirt, build that sexual tension, and then you close the deal. But again, you guys have to be able to have social skills and practice to do that, which is why we tell you guys to talk to 25 women a day. You know what I'm saying? Says, what if I was busy for a certain time, like a month, and my hookup is flaking now? What should I do? Well, if she's flaking, then you kick it to the curb, right? Because this is the thing. You could be busy for a month and not talk to your fuck buddy or set anything up for a month, right? Usually what'll happen is she'll reach out to you. You say, hey, listen, I'm pretty busy this month and I'll be free, at the beginning of next month. And you just set it up and then you see her again and y'all hook up. You feel what I'm saying? So how long does not catching feelings take to develop from a guy that don't get sex like that? So, Kevin, you just really just need to focus on yourself and do things on your terms. And then you're not going to catch those feelings. Right? Because again, there's nothing wrong with catching feelings. Catching feelings should be a byproduct of the woman following your lead and being on your program. And then that's what you should really be feeling. Meaning, this is why I tell you guys about vetting. See, you catch feelings or you feel a certain type of way based on the woman who is following your lead and being consistent with you, right? But she's only following your lead and being consistent with you because you're creating that situation for her to be able to do that. So what happens is that you're not really catching feelings for her. You're catching feelings for yourself. You're like, I'm feeling the fact that she's reflecting what I want. That's what you're feeling. You see what I'm saying? But what happens is a lot of guys, they're catching feelings for what they are presented based on their conditioning. That's the problem. You feel what I'm saying? He said, what do you mean by vet? Well, good sir, make sure you go to shoplocario.com and then you can understand what I mean by vetting. If you go to shoplocario.com and get the Master the Vetting Process program, how to succeed in casual and long-term relationships. I explain everything in this program. So go to shoplocario.com and get this program right now. You feel me? All right. Last question right here. You say we have to lead and see if the woman is cooperative. So if they're convos, you should have versus convos you shouldn't have, where she should cooperate or get charged. Well, this is the thing. The conversations you should have should be based on your program. It should be based on what you want to do. It should be based on the direction you're trying to go. So all you guys have to do is you got to listen. You set the tone and then have her follow. That's it. But whatever you're saying and doing should be based on you. The problem is you guys do things based on a woman. And then so what happens is that you're dealing with women who you're following instead of having the woman follow you, right? So set the tone and have your program and how you do things, have the woman follow that, and then you'll be good. And if she's not trying to follow it, you don't fuck with her. That's it. That is it. All right, people. So listen, man, that is pretty much it, man. We are out of here. So make sure you guys go to shoplocario.com, masculineidentitymembership.com, badboymembership.com, and cunninghamelements.com. Make sure you guys check that out. And also go to check us out for Real Game No Theory tomorrow at noon Eastern time. So make sure you check out myself, Miles K. Zagan, 1950, and Steve the Dean in the building. All right. So that's pretty much it, man. Appreciate y'all tuning in. And I will holler at y'all later. And remember, people, the truth is inside you. Peace. I'm gone. I'm out. Listen. Ask me if I care. I promise I don't care. She told me that she got hurt in the past. I'm like, I don't give a fuck about that. I'm thinking, what's up with all of that ass? I ain't tricking, bitch, don't ask me about cash. Why these hoes be telling me all they problems? I ain't saving them, ain't my fault they got them. I can't solve them and I could never stop them. All I'm concerned with is hitting the bottom. She got scarred in her life. I don't care about her life. She got scarred in her life. I don't care about her life. This girl's looking for a listening ear. Don't she notice that I really don't care? I'm a man, she should go choose the bear. I'll explain to her that life isn't fair. Why you wanna talk to me about your life? I'm just trying to hit, I don't want a wife. You lie saying you want somebody nice. He has your back, you stab his with a knife. You be wanting your friends to be men. You know you don't care about none of them. Or I should say they don't care about you. They only there cause they hoping to screw. You saying guys only want one thing. You frontin' as if you don't want flings. You want the guy with dough, you want bling. Now you wanna be a queen, you want kings. Why you trying to search for a gentleman? Do you think that's how you will get a man? You don't understand, so you won't get a man. I don't want to talk, I am not Letterman.
She got scarred in her life, I don't care about her life. She got scarred in her life, I don't care about her life. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. She's got scarred in her life. I don't care about her life. She got scarred in her life. I don't care about her life.